The key piece that we have to really begin to manage intensely is, of course, the resistance side of weed management. And there's a lot of steps. There's no one single answer to that. It's about understanding the biology of the weed, understanding your cropping system, understanding the different resistances that you may have on your farm, and just how intense those weeds are. So there's many different factors that have to come together to create a good, solid weed control program. So the first thing is really learning about how the grower farms. Is he a no-tiller? Is he using cover crops? So many of those different aspects that we have to start with. And then a lot comes down to the history. What has his weed control been? What has worked for him? What hasn't worked for him? And it's a process where you really have to go step by step to come up with the plan that's going to work for him on his farm. In corn, our newest product is Acuron. It brings to corn weed control 4 active ingredients, 3 modes of action, for control of over 70 different weeds. So when you think about that, 70 different weeds would just about entail most of the weeds that growers are going to encounter. In soybeans, we have Boundary, Broadax, and Prefix, which can be used on any soybean technology as the foundation in a pre-emergent type program. So as we looked at how weed resistance has evolved, we've really had to reach back into the toolbox and grab out some of those old active ingredients that we used before the Roundup Ready era. In corn, of course, with Acuron, we do have a new active ingredient there with bicyclopyrone. But in soybeans, it's really more about the herbicide technology, whether it be just a Roundup Ready, whether it is a Liberty type technology, or now an Extend type technology that we're going to build that weed control program around. So when you think about resistance fighter, that has been something Syngenta was committed to long before weed resistance really got to where it is today. We have put weed resistance at the core of our recommendations for over 30 years now. So that resistance fighter program is really not a cookie cutter approach. It's really about taking that portfolio of products that we have for corn and for soybeans, using them in the right combination for the technology that the grower is planting, and sort of tailoring that weed control program. It's really about us teaching the retailers that sell our products and coaching them how to use those products, so that they're well schooled and well versed in solving those weed control problems for the growers. The key ingredient of this, not only this conference, but the core of Syngenta, is sustainability. What can we do to make the actions that we do today to be sustainable over time, and to protect the environment, to be able to provide the safe food supply for all the people in the world, and to have it something that is sustainable. You know, no-tillers are very, very much in tune with the soil. That is their core, and I wish everybody was that way, because without good, healthy soil, there's a whole lot of other stuff that gets much, much harder. So it really does, this conference really does align with a lot of the Syngenta principles.